That's their bread and butter. The house edge is their bread and butter. But here's the big point, and it's in white and bold. Degeneracy and lunacy are their dinner and their dessert. And there is this gap. We're going to talk about closing the gap here today. So in this session, we're going to talk about your brain versus the casino. We've been talking about your psychology as a gambler, whether you're a conservative, whether you're an aggressive person, whether you're you're trying to play battleship with the casino, whether you're all about the math, whatever mindset you find yourself in. We've been talking about that, how that affects your bankroll, how that affects your play. I want to take a different circle on this thing and talk to you about how the casino and your brain are at odds. And I don't want to use the word advantage, but I'm going to use the word disadvantage. You're at a huge, I think, disadvantage when you go to the casino. And here's what I mean by that. The house edge is their guarantee. Every game has an edge. Every bet has an edge, and it's in their favor. And it's okay. I don't begrudge them that. I say this a lot. The house edge is fine by me, right? It's like the grocery store with their profit margin on the eggs being little, their profit margin on the ice cream being big, right? That's like you playing the pass line or you hopping the 12, right? Or hopping the sevens, right? It's huge vig, tiny vig, which is okay. The juicier things, the more they take. That's fine. If the store didn't mark up the ice cream, they'd never stay in business, right? If the casino didn't have a house edge, they'd never stay in business. We wouldn't be able to go there, right? That's their bread and butter. The house edge is their bread and butter. But here's the big point, and it's in white and bold. Degeneracy and lunacy are their dinner and their dessert. And there is this gap. We're going to talk about closing the gap here today, which is this. I'm fine giving them their house edge. I'm fine making my bets. I'm fine losing the 1 or 2%, whatever it is per bet. You know it over time. We got to all be okay with that. There is no edge to be gained anywhere in the casino. That's fine. Give them that. Don't give them the extra. Don't do dumb shit that gives them the extra. Don't get sucked into the allure, the romance of a casino. And I think today I want to talk about knowledge being power for you, okay? Arm yourself with knowledge. Know your game and know it well. Okay, and we talk a lot about craps on my shows because I'm a craps player. It's my chosen game. I know everything about this game. I know all the odds. I know all the probabilities, and you better know odds and probabilities are two different things, right? The probability of an outcome versus the odds of winning a bet, two totally different things. You better know how to calculate both of those things. Know all of your payouts. Know your sucker bets. Okay, that's true of craps. That's true of roulette. Do you know all the payouts in roulette? Do you know how the bets work in roulette? Do you know that betting a dozen and betting 12 individual numbers pays the exact same? Things like that you have to know. If you don't know that, do not walk up to the table. The casino sucks you dry when you don't know the game. And most people there, I can guarantee you, 80%, 90% of the people that are at that casino do not know the game they're playing. They're playing birthdays. They got random shit going on the roulette table. They're just watching the person next to them and betting what they bet in the baccarat game because they don't understand it. In Pai Gow, they're like, 7 cards, what do I do? And they give their cards to the dealer and they say, will you set my hand for me? Because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And the dealer sets their hand. If you're that person, get off the table. Go eat. Go to the buffet. Spend your $100 at the buffet. Don't spend your $100 at that table. You got to know your game. Arm yourself with knowledge. Knowledge is power. That's number one. Don't be the 90% who has no clue how the game works. Okay? Know your sucker bets. Okay? Know the house edge on hopping the reds versus the any 7. There's a big difference between those two bets at higher levels, right? Know what the big 6 and 8 is. Know on craps what a put bet with odds is, and at what point the put bet with odds is better than a place bet, and it is better than a place bet at certain levels. You got to know these things before you hit the table. Knowledge is power. Don't be putting it out there because it sounds good. Okay, that's a big problem for you. It's dinner and dessert for the casino when people don't know what the hell they're doing. That's, again, they're making their spiff. They're taking dessert from the idiots who don't know what they're doing. Don't be one of those people, okay? The second thing is this, manage yourself. When I've been talking this whole month, this entire first part of the series about managing yourself, this is important too, okay? You go into a casino undisciplined, unprepared to play. Again, you're giving them more dinner and dessert, right? If you don't have a goal, if you don't know how to manage your money, if you haven't practiced your strategies to the point where you can do them with your eyes closed and know what your bets are, even the guys that play super math-based ways have a rhythm, right? It's a rhythm. It's $60 six or $30 six. It's pays 60 or 35. We're going to go to 60. We're going to place the heart. You're on a rhythm, right? Practice that rhythm. Know what you're doing. Every single bet. Know what the payments are. Bring a few strategies. You can switch if you feel like it, right? Play with discipline. Hammer the variant. Again, not hammering the variant, not playing with discipline, those are the two biggest things that I think cause people to A, lose, or B, not win enough, okay? Another one, be satisfied with your profit. Managing yourself. The adrenaline rush of winning big is huge. Be satisfied with your profit. I'm not saying in the middle of a roll to walk away. But what I'm saying is, if I buy in for $1,000 and you're on a hot roll and I pulled $500 off the table, you can bet your ass that $1,500 is walking off with me. No matter what happens, I'm locking. I'm satisfied with that $500. I'm not going to ever go back there and risk it. I may play some more, but I'm satisfied with what I've got. Some days it's a horrendous grind. It's 2 hours and you're barely up $40. Bye-bye. Sometimes you can't fight City Hall. Sometimes that's the variant that you're in. Is the variant you're in might be no variant. You might just be grinding. Cool. Be satisfied with that. Be fearless in your victory. Walk when you're up. And I say it here in bold. Play your game with your bankroll your way. Those things have to match. Your game, your bankroll, your goals, your way. If any of those things is out of whack, you're going to have a mental problem and you're not going to be able to play with discipline. If you're playing an aggressive style with too small a bankroll, you're going to lose discipline. Trust me on this. You've got to connect all the dots we've been talking about all this time. And that's super important to manage yourself. So again, arm yourself, manage yourself, and finally, focus yourself. And here's kind of the rub here. I want you to ignore all the casino BS, all the things that they do to screw you and get you out of these things. The way they get you away from your discipline and your mindset and your strength is to turn money into chips, to turn money into pieces of paper now that say, it used to be you get quarters. Remember the old days, you get quarters out of a slot? Now you get a piece of paper that says how much money you're worth. So easy to just drop it into a different machine and not cash that in, right? They remove money from you and give you a doppelganger for money or a thing that it's like, it's not real. They make money not real. Don't fall for that. That's all real, okay? There's never a clock. You never know how long you're there. I'm going to tell you this. If you're there to do work, you better not be there very long. You better be in and be out, right? The clock shouldn't matter to you unless you're there for a fun night. Casinos are a maze. You got to pass by a billion slots and people and everything else to get to a bathroom even, right? Now the big thing, the center bar, right? You go, oh, the lights, and you walk to the center bar and you know, you're passing by and where's the center bar located? Near the pit where everybody's screaming, right? It's always about the excitement. It's the free drinks. It's the music. It's the atmosphere. It's the craps table going crazy. It's the roulette people high-fiving, right? The carpet is designed to keep you awake, believe it or not. The carpet is designed to be like this so you don't zone in on some brown-ass boring carpet, right? Other players are going nuts. The whole thing is very seductive. We talked about this with our friend Keith from the NCPG. Gamblers become problem gamblers for two reasons, right? One, a bunch of reasons, but primarily they start chasing loss and they start getting sucked in. There's a seduction and a sexiness to the casino. It's the lights. It's the sexy cocktail waitresses. It's the free drink. All these things are seductive and sexy and awesome, and you get lured into that, and you want more of that. And when you lose and you win, and sometimes you win a lot, right? And it's as easy. I can keep doing this, and you get brought in. Other things, other forms of addiction don't have that, right? There's a depression and a sadness that goes along with most substance abuse. Nobody's drinking to feel good anymore at some point, right? In gambling, there's always that, here I am again, right? That endorphin rush that you get. So they know this. And if you get sucked into this, right? If you're not focused, if you're not well managed, if you're not armed with knowledge, you're giving it up, folks. You're giving it up. And what I tell you is this: separate the gap between you and the casino. 90% of people walk in there with this giant ass gap. It's a huge disadvantage. You're already at a disadvantage with the house edge. They're going to get everybody's bread and butter, including yours. Unless you get lucky, the house edge is the bread and butter. They're going to get it from you over time, no matter what. You got to know that going in. But don't give them, like I say, don't give them the steak and risotto. Don't give them a bite of your souffle. Nothing. Don't give them anything. Don't go out there with a $5,000 bankroll trying to win 10% with a 20% stop loss and dip in to your master bankroll more and more and more because, I got it. It's going well. Or I got it. I need it to make the next bet. That's the dessert. That's them dipping in to your extras. That's where they make their extra money, right? Don't do that. Close the gap. Don't get sucked into the free drinks, the music, nothing. If you're going to do this to make money on the regular, go there and do work. And just put your horse blinders on and do your thing. Just do your thing, get in and get out. Ignore all the noise. Be armed with knowledge. Have self-discipline. Know your brain, okay? If you got your eyes open and you have a plan and you're brave enough and disciplined enough to stick to that plan, you might be on the hook and lose just the house edge and get lucky every once in a while, okay? Otherwise, you're giving it up. Let everybody else pay the bills with the extra crap. Don't get sucked in. That's my message today, is it's not an advantage to have knowledge and all that stuff. It closes the gap. It reduces the super disadvantage that you have walking in. They already have the edge. They're getting extra. Don't give them the extra. Be smart, be disciplined, have knowledge, and play within yourself. That'll keep you away from having a problem at some point. It'll also keep you away from having massive losses and this cycle of a depressing, sad state where you're giving it up. That is my message to you today. Close that gap. Close that gap. You're already at a big disadvantage. Make that disadvantage as small as possible. Make that disadvantage just a house edge and not you giving them extra. So I'm off my soapbox now, okay? If you want some more information, by the way, there's some great videos here. Go to YouTube and search for casino psychology on YouTube. There's 3 videos that came up for me that I watched them. They were amazing videos. A lot of what I just said to you is on them. One of them is entitled Why Casinos Are Run by Psychopath Geniuses. It's a great video. She actually gets into gambling addiction and it mentions a lot of the same things that I've mentioned here, but she really gets into like how that affects your brain, like what part of your brain gets affected by the lights or the carpet or whatever else. It's fantastic. The Magic Economics of Gambling is great. It is a good breakdown of how house edge works and the psychology of, this bet and this bet. When they changed the edge, when they said it was a fair game, 50-50 bet, nobody played. When they said, okay, for the same chances, I'll pay you a little bit more if this happens, everybody goes to gamble. Great look at your psychology plus the way house edge works, okay? A third video that I thought was cool was the insane tricks casinos use to take your money. Again, it goes through the psychological pieces of all the setups and stuff. There's a couple of videos there from guys that wear masks that used to work in casinos that have to hide their identity. Great stuff. So go search those things on YouTube. Enjoy it. It's a good rabbit hole to be in. That's a great rabbit hole, and you'll have your eyes open. Some things you're going to know because you've heard it before. Some things will be new information. You're like, oh, wow, I never considered some of that. To me, what it all comes down to, like I said before, is this notion of separating yourself from them. Bring that gap in a little bit, right? Focus on you, manage your money and your brain, and arm yourself with knowledge. And I think if you can do all those things, you're going to set yourself up to have a better chance at success and a better chance of not getting destroyed the way that they wish you would. All that stuff is there to destroy people. Don't be somebody who gets destroyed. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to leave us a comment here in the comment section for the video, but really better still, join us on Discord. Go to casinogaming.tv and hit the community link in the menu there and join our Discord. That's where me, other YouTubers, and all of our subscribers hang out. We sit there and talk strategy and just BS kind of all day long. It's a great way to get connected and stay connected and kind of interact with the team. Learn about meetups and get-togethers and all that kind of stuff. So with all that said, again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time. God bless you, and I will see you in the next one.